Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Monday, May 17th, 2021. We are in the first day of the new trading week, and we are in the final hour of the current trading day. The final hour of each day is my favorite time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions, because at the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in, they take control away, they take control of the price away from the day traders and the algorithms who control it during the middle of the day. They're dealing with the most money. They have very smart people, best technology, best information, and in my opinion, it is a long-term edge to follow the large financial institutions at the end of the day, as far as vis-a-vis your levels that you're looking at, buying a stock, selling a stock, but just essentially looking at your levels. I think they're the most valid price to make your buying and selling decisions from. So thank you all for coming today. It's nice to see everyone. I always look forward to this time of the day. I think we have such a great group, so many people that contribute to the podcast, so many positive things, and it's just a nice time where we can all hang out, talk a little shop, and share some ideas on trading. So appreciate you being here, and I hope that the time you spend here is helping you improve with your trading and your investing. So currently the Dow is down 59 points, down 0.17%. It was down much lower earlier. The NASDAQ is down 93 points, down 0.7%. That was also down much further earlier, and the S&P is down 13.44 points, down 0.31%. So the NASDAQ taking the brunt of it today. So here is the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I'm going to manage the position going forward. I also did have a day trade today on Amazon, which I'm still in, as a matter of fact. I didn't trade much earlier in the day, but I am currently in this trade and it's doing well. So I'll share that one with you. After that, we're going to go over to the board. We're going to take a look at my students' positions. We're going to see how those are doing. We'll go through one by one, take a look at where they were bought and where they're at and what they're doing. And if there's any changes, let me know at the end of the day. After that, we're going to talk a little bit about trader psychology, or some good trading words of wisdoms. Trader psychology is the most important skill that you can learn in trading. It really is. And the longer you've been trading, the more that you know that. Being able to create a plan, follow the plan, keeping your emotions in a neutral position so that you follow your plan and you don't get too euphoric or depressed based upon how much you're making or losing, and get away from your plan. So we'll talk about that. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have 3 requirements before I'm looking to enter any trade. First requirement, I need a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. I look at each indicator like MACD, RSI, moving averages, ATR channels. I look at those as potential groups of buyers, and you'll put yourself in the best position to have a profitable trade if you're in the company with as many other buyers as possible, and that includes on multiple time frames. So that is why I like to, number one, look for a confluence or a combination of indicators to help put the odds in my favor. Number two, there has to be a good risk to reward. You can have a good setup, you can have a good confluence or combination of indicators, but you have to look at it objectively and think, okay, has this train already left the station? Has it moved far enough? Does a risk to reward still make sense? I need to have at least a 2-to-1 risk to reward. So if I'm willing to risk $1,000 on the downside, I need to be able to make $2,000 or more to the upside to make that math work. And then number 3, please make sure you always have a full trading plan. Position size accordingly to the recent volatility. It's very important. I don't see a lot of people do that. Number 2, know where your uncle point is, or know where your emergency stop is, know where your end of day stop is, know where your intraday profit targets are, know where your significant overhead resistance levels are, and have a methodology as far as how to trail your position if it starts going your way. And then lastly, number 4, I guess, keep in mind correlation. You know, in my opinion, even in Bill Simon's opinion, Bill Simons has run the most profitable hedge fund in history, Renaissance Technology. And when they asked him to sum up his investment approach, or his trading approach, he says, I want to trade as many different markets as I can on as many different time frames as I can with as many different strategies as I can. And that is really how I structure my trading. I trade intraday, I trade monthly charts, I trade weekly charts, I trade daily charts. I use 5 different strategies, and I'm also I try to be as uncorrelated as possible. I try to buy as many different type of industries as possible. So diversify over industries, diversify over time frames, diversify over trading strategies. So he's done pretty well for Renaissance Technology, and so that's how I try to mirror my trading, is based upon his high-level basic trading principles: multiple time frames, diversification of industries, and multiple strategies. So that's pretty much it, right? With those 3 requirements, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal's scanner. I've identified some end-of-day candidates. So as we get closer to the close, I will go through those potential end-of-day candidates. And with those 3 requirements, I'll look and see if I can find a good setup for the end of the day. And if I do, I'll take it before the market closes. After the market closes, if anybody has any questions for me, please let me know. If there's anything that you would like me to clarify, please let me know. If you have any stock symbols that you would like me to look at prior to the close, go ahead, put them in the chat, put an emoji by it so I know it's time sensitive, and I will do my best to get to it before the close. And then lastly, if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me that they would like me to update on the board, if you could please wait till the close of the market so I'm done teaching, I'm done trading, and I'll get those all taken care of. All right, so I am going to get out of part of my Amazon day trade here, and in the meantime, I'm going to run the US legal disclaimer while I'm doing that. So hang tight, be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, well, let's see who is here today. Zing is here. Nice to see you. Zing says hello. Hello to you too as well. Hope you're having a good day or a good evening wherever you are. Thank you for coming today. Kamal is here. Hey, bud, good to see you. Good chatting with you earlier. And thank you as always for what you do for this channel, Kamal. I appreciate it. I know everyone else does as well. Dan is giving me the peace sign right back at you, my friend. Hope you're having a good. David is here. Hi, David. Good to see you, sir. Hope you and the family are doing well. Steve Burns is here. Good to see you, Steve. Always an honor. Always a privilege to have Steve here with us, and appreciate everything that you do for the channel as well, Steve, and hope that you and Holly and the dogs had a nice weekend. Tony is here. Nice to see you, Tony. Good to see you coming back. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with. Tracy Peterson is here. Hi, guys. Good to see you, Tracy. Hope that you got my response to your question there about Amazon. Tell Paxton hi. Lova is here. Nice to see you, Lova. As always, my friend. Was talking about you this weekend to somebody, saying I'm really impressed with Lova, how he's come along and his analysis. So good to see you. Miko is here. Good to see you, Miko. Nice chatting with you earlier. Hope you're doing well. Lova says ISBC. Return to value, then 2 weeks sideways, and now 520 cross. Weekly could make it chasey. I don't know. Let's see. ISBC, Investors Bank Corp. Well, we did have a 520 crossover. I don't know off the top of my head whether or not this back test well, Lava, but we did clear this range. Here's a fractal high with 2 lower highs to the left, 2 lower highs to the right, and definitely a move up. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly, yeah. You know, the first thing my eye goes to is that big down bar, and we're right about, see the big down bar, and we're right about halfway. It has moved significantly off the low. Does this have enough in it to make it keep on going? I mean, it was sideways, wide swinging sideways, not tight. Not a lot of volume today. If somebody has the ability to test that, could they? ISBC on the 520 EMA crossover, but that could be decent. I mean, it's up on a down day. It's a $15 stock. I'm not thrilled about that, but I think that's a good analysis. Lilia is here. Hi, Lilia. Nice to see you, my friend. Hope you are doing well. Hope the dogs are doing well. Please tell them hello for me. Kevin Frost is here. Good to see you, Kevin. Nice to see you. I like your little emoji there on next to your name. That looks pretty dang cool. And if there's anything I can help you with, Kevin, please let me know. Gary is here. Nice seeing you, Gary. Hope your son is doing well after that break of his, I think it was his ankle or foot. But anyway, I hope he's doing well. I'm glad to hear that we don't have to have surgery. AVIR. It's okay. First above 30 in a long time, which is good. I don't like when stocks are way below the 30 and then come up to the 30. If they just dip down real quick and then take off, that's one thing, Leva. But this was way down below. Anytime you have a stock that is way and holds way below the 30, to me, that's a bad sign. It's up on a down day. Yes, it looks like it's closing above the 10-day, which on the bright side is good because we haven't closed above the 10-day for a long time. My gut on this would be if it continues up, great. Have a little bit of a pullback. Look for a higher low V1 or V2. I mean, MACD is positive. It's okay. I mean, from a risk to reward standpoint, it's good. I don't want to poo-poo it too much. On the weekly, you know, it's okay. It's okay. But my gut, which is often wrong, okay, which is often wrong, would tell me that again, the main thing I see here is this deep move under the 30, which means it's really weak if it can't hold the 30. We've come back up to it. I think that 30 is going to act as resistance. That's my take, my honest take. Steve says Nike has a new 10-50-day EMA crossover. All right, let me add that on there, Steve. I was looking at that earlier, and I don't think at the time I looked at it we had it, but that's good. Let's take a look. Yes, good. Let me write that down in my notes. Where are my... Oh, come on. All right, here we go. Nike. Let me do a little math on Nike here. All right, so what I'm doing, I'm taking my maximum allowed loss. I'm dividing it by the value of the 2ATR. So here's the value of the 2ATR, and what that does, it adds up the highs and the lows for the last 20 days, adds them all up, divides it by 20, gets an average move, which has a direct effect on how many shares that I buy. So thank you for that, Steve, and we'll look at that as we get closer to the end of the day. Steve says ISBC does not backtest well with the 520. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate that. And keep that in mind, Leva. The ISBC does not backtest well. Yavar is here. Nice to see you, Yavar. I hope you are having a good day, my friend, wherever you are. And hope that your trading is going well. All right. Should we get to it? Let's get to it. Apple. All right. So I did buy Apple back here. Good deep dip intraday rejection of the 200. I bought it 122.60. Has moved up nicely. It did hold right there at the 200 when those 200-day buyers came in. Has moved up. It is at my 1.5 ATR trailing stop level. So I'm going to have to see if today closes below Friday's low. The low is 125.85. So I'm going to put a little line there at 125.85. If it closes below, I will get out of half because that is a bit of a red flag after moving up that high that we may have a close below the previous day's low. Don't know that for sure, but I am going to have to watch it. And so I'll put a little blue square here which indicates to me that there's something I have to watch at the end of the day. Sometimes these little things that you do just for reminders are helpful, because at the end of the day you have a lot of stuff going on, so forth and so on. So anyway, Apple has been a good trade so far. It is up 2.47% from entry. AGQ is a monster today. Gary and I have had a really good trade on AGQ on the weekly bars. Return to value, sideways motion, V2, false breakout to the downside, under 50 SMA, over 50 SMA, up 6.01% just today, and hit a profit target at 54.06. So far, this trade is up 19.49%. Now, I did not get all of that because of my trailing stop protocols, where I bought here, we moved up 1.5 ATRs, then we lost the 50 RSI, which is kind of a bummer, but look, I still have half. Let's concentrate on the positive. But yeah, this trade is up over 19%, just entry to current price. So this one's doing excellent, excellent, excellent. PKI is a weekly trade that David and I took, and we took that here at 141.02 with this nice higher low V1 bullish engulfing bar, 520 crossover. MACD looks like it's peeking its head over this week. Again, bought at 141.02. It's 143.82, and so far this trade is up 1.93% from entry. SPY, I buy the overnight SPY. I do the overnight SPY trade every day. I buy it at the close. I hold it overnight. I take the overnight risk. I sell it first thing the next morning at the open. This, you can go on long streaks with this, either up or down. Did have a losing trade on Friday. I bought this, on Friday at 416.58. I sold it at the open today, 415.39. So again, bought at 416.58, sold at 415.39 for an overnight loss. Of course, I will be buying this again today at the close. UNG has been a really nice trade. It is up 4.61% today. I did buy it on the monthly bar along with David, Paxton, and Tracy. I bought it at the close of last month at 10.52. It's 11.14. So far this trade is up 6.46%, which is pretty good. Amazon. Let me show you the intraday trade on Amazon first. I was speaking with Kamal when I saw this trade. First thing that caught my eye was this trade was up while the rest of the market's down, right? That got my attention. Return to value, sideways motion, false breakout downside, V1. I bought it intrabar at 32.42. I sold half at 32.59.80. I sold another half when I was running the US legal disclaimer at 32.63 even. And so I have a quarter position left. I'm probably just going to get out of it right now. But, in less than an hour, 0.68%. So let me be a man of my words, and let me go ahead and just get out of this trade. It's hard to have a trade and keep your eye on it while you're teaching, and you know what I mean? So, all right, that one's gone, and this one's gone. All right, so we're done. But anyway, that was the intraday trade on the 25-minute bar. Return to value, sideways motion. I bought it intra bar on the V2 at 32.46, sold at 32.59.80, 32.60, and whatever I just sold it there for, 32.64.61. So that was a good little trade. So let me take this off. I also have Amazon on the daily for a swing trade. I bought Amazon along with Tracy, Paxton, David, and Jonathan. I bought it on Friday at the close at 32.26.91. It's 32.64.71. It's up 1.3% today. And I did hit two profit targets here, 32.59.16 and 32.88 even. So nice little deep dip buys so far on Amazon and on Apple. So that's it. So good positions today. The overnight SPY trade was a loser. Apple, a little bit of a loser. But the rest up nicely, especially with the big day up on AGQ and on UNG. Let's run over to the board and see how everyone's doing over here. AXON, Tracy and Paxton bought AXON at 126.30. It's 132.09. It's down 0.5% today, but so far on the trade here, up 4.35. Way to go, Paxton and Tracy. IBB, Steve bought IBB with the close over the 200-day moving average. He bought it at 149.59. It's 149.88. So it is up on the day, and it is also up on the trade, which is great. Pins, Steve bought pins with an under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third channel. He bought it at 58.01. It's 57.28. It is down 78 cents today, so it is down a little on the day, and it is also down a little on the trade. IONS, Tracy and Paxton bought IONS at 37.34. Last couple days moved up nicely, hit that negative 1 ATR channel resistance, and just went down. So this is down 2.77% today, and it looks like now this is slightly down on the trade, although Paxton and Tracy possibly sold into some of this strength with profit targets. Not sure. PCAR. All right, David bought PCAR with the false breakout to the downside, bullish engulfing bar. V1 at 94.51. It's 93.89. It is down 0.85% this week, and it is also now down slightly on the trade. ELY, another big day for Frank. What a trade this has been. Frank bought ELY back at 27.75 from this nice tight consolidation. V1 bullish engulfing bar, bought it at 27.75. It's 34.71. It's up 2.63% today. Frank did sell half of this a few days ago, lock in a little profits, but this is up over 20%. So way to go, Frank. DT. Tracy and Paxton bought DT with this deep dip buy, intraday rejection of the 200 at 44.50. It's 46.44. It is down slightly on the day, but it is up nicely on the trade, so congratulations there. Facebook. Steve bought Facebook, and Frank also bought Facebook with a half position based upon the 520 cross. They bought it at 316.45. It's currently 314.86. It is down a little bit on the day and down a little bit on the trade. Shopify. Kamal bought Shopify at 10.78. It is currently 10.91.67. It is up on the day, and it is also up on the trade. Uber. Gary bought Uber at 48.20. It's currently 47.11. So that is down on the day and down on the trade. And Tracy and Paxton also bought Uber on Friday at 47.40. It's currently 47.13, so that is also down. So down on the day, and both of these slightly down on the trade. And then Shopify, we already looked at. Yeah, we already looked at that. Frank says, hello, Greg and group. Good to see you, Frank. Hope you're having a good day, my friend. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. Steve says, such a great silver trade. Well done. Not an easy ride. No, it wasn't. I'll tell you though, Steve, when you buy things on the monthly bars or you buy things on the weekly bars, they're so much easier trades because the ATR, the 2 ATR value is so much higher. And therefore you buy fewer shares. And, you know, you and I talk about this with students all the time. I mean, the fewer shares you have, the easier it is to hold. If I was locked and loaded and maxed out in silver, it would have been an extremely tough ride. You know, a year ago or so, I had a 40 or 45% trade on Exxon, I think it was Exxon. But you know, it all comes back to psychology. It was not hard to hold that because I don't have a ton of shares because I'm position sizing based on the weekly. So the emotions go out of it, right? It's always important in trading to get emotions out of it. And if you are, you'll trade better. But you know, that is, yes, it has been a great trade on silver for sure, but not a huge amount of shares. I mean, obviously I wish there were, but I was position sizing correctly. And it just proves the point that if you really don't care about the trade, you can stay with it for a long time. And that always comes back to position size. But thank you, Steve. Steve says RBLX 520 EMA crossover, but already up 6.4% today. Well, let's take a look at that. RBLX. I don't have a 20 on here. Yeah, look at the big bar up though. See the big bar up, and then we had a bit of a pullback. We did hold the halfway, and now we're on the way back up. We're getting close to that 1 ATR channel. But you can see, Steve, I don't have a 20 on here. I have a 5 and a 10, but I'm sure it does have the crossover, but that seems like a new issue. So I do like the big move up on volume here. I like the pullback on lower volume, and I like the increased volume on the move up today. Yeah, I kind of like that. I'm not going to take it, but I do kind of like, I like the cut of its jib. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I get a good feeling about that. Steve says Sony near a 200-day SMA 30 RSI confluence, but still under the 30 RSI. I don't think I've ever looked at Sony in my life. I'm about to. It's not bad. You know, my policy on 30 RSIs are I stay out of them unless there's a 200-day above. That's the one pass that I give it. I kind of like this actually. Let me do a little math here. Yeah, I'm going to put that on the list for sure. I like that it bounced, but not too much. It's a good risk to reward ratio. It is under 30, like Steve says, but let's take a look at the weekly and see if the weekly tells us anything. It's holding the -2 ATR channel that bounced at the 50 EMA. I quite like that, to be honest with you. And Sony's obviously a good company. Paxton is here. Good to see you, Packy. Hope you're doing well. Steve says the 200 SMA is the new Twitter resistance. Let's look at Twitter. I'm going to put Twitter on here as well. And I'm going to do a little math on Twitter. It is up today on a down day, which, you know, that always is relevant to me. That's always important to me. You know, you have to look at all these little things, right? You have to look at the technicals. You have to look if there's relative strength. You have to take a look and see if there's good risk to reward ratio. It's to separate yourself from the rest of the 90% of people that lose money trading everybody, you have to do something different. And in my opinion, you have to work harder and you have to be more persnickety about the trades that you pick. Mamal is here. Good to see you, Mamal. I hope you are doing well. Mamal wants to look at Fiverr. I think I have Fiverr on my, maybe I don't. Under 250, over 250. It back tested it again today. It is down. It rejected the 5-day. You know, technically it rejected the 250. Let's look at the week. The weekly still under that 50-week moving average. That's the one thing I don't like about it, Mamal. Kamal wants to look at CNI. Canadian National Railway. Oh, interesting, Kamal. That is an interesting setup. That is an interesting setup, and I like it. And let me do the math, and then I'll tell you why. A lot of stuff going on there. All right, so this is what's going on. All right. We have a significant double bottom with a bullish divergence. Here's your low with deep red MACD bars. This indicates a lot of downward momentum. We have a rally into some green MACD, which is required if you're trading Dr. Elder style with double bottoms and bullish divergence. He calls it breaking the back of the bear. You need to be able to see that there is some upwards play to it. Well, now we've come back down. We are lower than over here. Let me draw a line. We are lower now than over here, but look, no red MACD bars. So that just means mathematically from this MACD, this move down had a lot more momentum. We rallied, people took some profits. This looks super strong down, doesn't it? But it's not from a MACD perspective. You do not have the red MACD bars going down. MACD is still positive. So does that mean you can just go ahead and buy? No. You need a trigger, but we do have a trigger. We have multiple triggers. We have a false breakout to the downside, we have a V1, and we have a close back over the 200-day moving average with a great risk to reward ratio, and we're back in the value zone. If we look at the weekly, one thing I don't like about this, I think we rejected the 50 RSI already. We did, but not really on the time frame that I'm trading. Did bounce off the -1 ATR channel. I like it. I like it. It's up on a down day, double bottom, bullish divergence, close under, close back over the 200-day moving average, and a V1 back in the value zone. Yeah, it'll probably run into some resistance here, but does it make sense from a risk to reward standpoint? It doesn't. Look at the volume. That's probably the favorite one I've looked at today. Thank you, Kamal. Thank you for pointing that out. That's excellent. All right, Frank has a poem for us, everybody. Let's read it. You know it's going to be good because it's from Frank, duh, right? Okay. Let's see what Frank has to say for us today. The market loves to eat your lunch as it mocks your rules and laughs at your hunch. That's good. Greed softly whispers, jump right in, you'll make a bunch just before it hits you with a left hook punch. Frank, come on, buddy. Come on. How can they be so good every day? Tell us the secret. The market loves to eat your lunch as it mocks your rules and laughs at your hunch. Greed softly whispers, jump right in, you'll make a bunch just before it hits you with a left hook punch. Oh, man. Come on, everybody. Can it get any better than that? That is unbelievably lovely. I just love that, Frank. Thank you, sir. That's so great. Jonathan is here. Nice to see you, Jonathan. Hope you're doing well, my friend, in Ireland this evening. Hope you and the family are all doing well. Please say hello to your wife and your kids for me. It was nice getting to know them. Kamal says, nice one, Frank. I agree. Mamal says, thanks, Greg. You are welcome. Gary says, Frank, you are too good. He's the master, everybody. All right. It's undisputed. It's undisputed. Frank, you have to come out with your trading book poem. Come on. Come on. You know, everyone on here will promote that thing, and it will be a great book. I mean, all right. Should I get back to trading, or should I just go on rants about how good Frank's poems are? Kamal says, it's rare that I have seen Greg get excited about a setup as much as CNI. He was happy doing it. Yeah, that's true. I like CNI. Doesn't mean it's going to go up, but I like it. I like, Dr. Elder would most likely approve of this trade, but again, double bottom, bullish divergence, V1, close back over the 200-day moving average in the value zone, good risk to reward ratio and volume. What else do you want? What else do you want, really? Ava is here. Hi, Ava. It's nice to see you, my friend. I hope you had a nice weekend. I hope you are doing well. Ava says, hi, everyone. Love it again, Frank. It's so good. The market loves to eat your lunch as it mocks your rules and laughs at your hunch. Greed softly whispers, jump right in. You'll make a bunch just before it hits you with a left hook punch. Jeez, is that true? Jeez Louise, is that true? I love the laughs at your hunch. All right. Where is my other whatchamacallit? Oh, here is. All right, well, let's look at Bitcoin, everybody. Bitcoin has been under some pressure, obviously. Here we are. I'm looking at the BTC continuous contract here. Where do you think if I was a Bitcoiner that I would be looking to buy? And I actually am a Bitcoiner because I help a friend with Bitcoin trading. But, talking with them today, I was like, that right there, see the upward sloping 200-day moving average? That is where I would take a position. I mean, we've rejected the negative third ATR channel. Looks like we've rejected the 30. I mean, this also could be a place. Yeah, it went under 30. RSI rejected the negative 1 ATR channel. I'm scared of Bitcoin, but I respect it. There's a lot of volatility here, some money to be made. But if I'm really sitting tight, I want to wait for a real good deep dip buy. That upward sloping 200-day moving average right here at about 33,000, about $10,000 lower than we are. That is where I would be taking a position in Bitcoin right there. Facebook. All right. Oh, I already have Facebook. All right. I mean, I don't have Facebook, but I already have it up on the board. Steve and Frank took that with the 520 crossover. It is down a little bit, but not much. Me personally, I'm waiting for a pullback, a test of the 50 RSI, maybe a V1, V2 to get me in at a little bit better risk to reward ratio. But I want this to go up for Steve and Frank. So so essentially what I'm saying is I don't want to take this trade. I want it to go up because the only way I would take it is if it came back down a little bit. Ollie. I don't think I've ever yet to trade this stock profitably. I mean, it's a decent little setup. It's let's see, what's the low here? 78.98. It's at $80. So, and the low here was, so we did wash out the lows. We did go under 30 over 30. It is consolidating. It stopped moving down, which is important. Things that just go down, 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 have a little bounce, can tend to go right back down. So it is good that we are moving sideways. What is the, let's look over on the weekly. Weekly is holding the 100-day moving average. That's good. Earnings are in 10 days, so that's far enough away. Do I want to buy this? Probably not. Probably not, but we'll keep it. eBay has a 520 crossover, which is good. It has had quite a move off the bottom, so it does have the crossover. We have this high of this fractal here with two lower highs to the left, two lower highs to the right. We also have some resistance here. MACD's positive. It does back test well. It is up on a down day. Let's take a look over at the weekly. The weekly still has some room to run. It's in the value zone. That would be okay. We'll set that aside. Nike, as Steve mentioned, see, this one's not as chasey. This one hasn't moved as much. I like this one better with the 1050 EMA cross. The 10 is 134.79. The 50 EMA is 134.66. So it is a legitimate 1050 EMA crossover. I like kind of the sideways movement and consolidation here. It is not that extended. If we look at the weekly looks good. It's right in the value zone, has a lot of room to run. So that one is definitely a potential. Sony, bounce off the 200-day moving average. That one is okay. Twitter, maybe getting over the 200. I don't know. We'll keep that one. And CNI, I like that one as well. I forgot to go over trader psychology, everybody, so we'll circle back to these. This is from my friend Thomas Payne at Trader T Payne over on Twitter. I quote from Thomas a lot because he has such great posts. Again, he was a scientist. He switched careers and became a trader. He took the scientific method into trading, and I can tell. I love how deep Thomas gets into the nuances and the nitty-gritty granular areas of psychology in trading. But I say this every day at the beginning of the podcast. I'm sure everyone's tired of it, but it's important, everyone. Why am I an end of day trader? Well, you hear me talk about it all the time. I'm an end of day trader because I want to see what the large financial institutions do at the end of the day before I make my decision. So what do I say? They're dealing with the most money. They have very smart people, best information, best technology. They do, but I like how Thomas has elaborated on large financial institutions. And maybe this will make the point of why I believe end of day trading is so important. Large financial institutions move the markets. They perform a ton of research. That's having a lot of smart people doing unbelievable amount of research. They buy what they think will grow. Okay. Again, smart people dealing with a lot of money, a lot of fancy degrees, a lot of people that are really good with numbers, looking all into this. Their buying shows up on price charts. Okay, now we're getting kind of into my sandbox, right? Their buying shows up on price charts. Their buying shows up on price charts. That affects the technicals. The technicals are what I base my trades on. The large financial institutions move their stuff at the end of the day. Is this all coming together? Once they start buying, they continue to buy. Why is that important? Well, it shows up on the chart. They buy. If it's above a certain level with a good risk to reward ratio, I'm in. But they don't just buy all at once and they're done. They continue to buy, which can cause a trend in that particular stock symbol with the technicals. Don't try to outsmart them. Follow their money trail. It does not lie. This is really great, Thomas, right? And I'm going to read it one more time. But again, everyone, this is why I am an end of day trader. And I need to thank Stephen Burns for that, because Stephen is the one that coached me up and taught me the importance of this. But Steve, is this not a good, Steve knows Thomas, is this not a great kind of supportive document of why following the technicals on the charts are important based upon what large financial institutions do? Large financial institutions move the markets. They perform a ton of research. They buy what they think will grow. Their buying shows up on price charts. That's where we come in. Once they start buying, they continue buying. Do not try to outsmart them. If you can't beat them, join them. Follow their money trail. It doesn't lie. And charts don't lie. So this really sums up, in my opinion, why technical analysis works. So thank you, Thomas. Good reminder for me. Hope it's a good reminder for you. And please go and support Thomas. I mean, every single one of his posts are great. So, support him over on Twitter at Thomas Payne or at Trader T Payne. But hope you're doing well, my friend, and let's catch up soon. Okay. Well. Ollie. Nope. Getting rid of Ollie. eBay. 520 crossover. Hasn't hit that fractal yet. Weekly. Has room to move, but I'm not feeling it. Nike 1050 EMA cross, which does back test well. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly has room to move, no doubt about it. So that's going to stay. Sony. All right. I'm going to have to get superly objective about this. Close back above the 200-day moving average. Retest today. Still under the 5-day. No double bottom, bullish divergence. There's no RSI divergences. There's an RSI convergence. That concerns me a little bit. Rejected the 5 EMA. Weekly, holding the -2 ATR channel. Good risk to reward ratio, but I am going to pass. Twitter. close back above the 5 EMA, close back above the negative third ATR channel, possibly closing above the 200-day moving average, 52.44. It is above the moving average. So let's see. 52.44 is the line in the sand. Seems to be holding the line in the sand. You know, it's a company like Twitter. Widely followed. I like that we back tested the negative third ATR channel today. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly holding the 50 EMA. Yeah, I like Twitter. And CNI. Double bottom, bullish divergence, V1. False breakout to the downside. Close back above the 200-day moving average on volume. On volume, that's the key. Let me take a look at Nike on the monthly. Little high. It's rejected the second ATR channel 2 months in a row. Weekly, like I mentioned before, has a 520 crossover going at the time. It is up on the day. We have that 100 right up there. That's a little, let's see, so we're, oh, now the NASDAQ's only down, the Dow Jones only 40. We're over the 50 RSI. We rejected the 50 RSI. It's up on a down day. CNI, I just went over that. All right, so we have, let's see. Kamal says, I'm going to buy Twitter and CNI above the 200. Yeah, I think I'm with you, Kamal. I think it's what I'm going to buy as well. CNI and Twitter. Yep. I like it, buddy. I like those two. Apple's coming back a little bit. Silver staying strong. Oh, what was it? I had to look at something, didn't I? Oh, I had to look at Apple. Am I getting out of Apple? Right now, I'm getting out of half of Apple because we are below the previous day's low. Will somebody remind me of that? But, I mean, it's really close. It's 10 cents away. If it closes above, I'll hold it. But I like CNI. With the double bottom, the bullish divergence, all that. And I like Twitter as well, as long as it closes above the 200-day moving average. Let me check CNI, what kind of spread we have. Oh, not bad, only 4 cents, so that's doable. All right. So about 11 minutes. Look at VIX over here. You know, we had that huge move up in VIX. We came back down, but look, we came right back down into support, right? This is where a lot of the price hung out here for about a week, and that's right where we got and we bounced. It is up 4.35% today. I don't see any particular trade on this. So Apple, it's flirting with that 1285 level. If it closes below, I will lock in profits on half. Silver, a monster, up 5.93% today. Very happy for that. PKI, down 6 cents, no biggie. SPY, had the overnight SPY loss. I'll be buying that today at the close. UNG, great day, up 4.98%, but that's on the monthly bar, so I don't have to mess with that. And Amazon doing great. Nice day trade today on there, and so far nice swing trade there. So great day. I mean, great day for me. I'm very grateful for that. Steve says Thomas has done his homework on capital flows. Yes, he has. Thomas is great. I'll tell you what. Steve Burns, Thomas, just awesome. It'd be one day we'll get Thomas in here to say hello to everybody. But yeah, he has good posts, and like I said, Steve, my entire philosophy of trading, end of day trading, came from you and what I learned from you when I studied with you, and I really appreciate that. But you can see, what I read from Thomas really kind of adds credibility to why I believe trading at the end of the day, as far as your swing trades are concerned, waiting till that last minute or the last couple minutes. I mean, you could do the last 5 minutes. It doesn't really matter, but I think the closer to the close, the more valid it is. So, but yeah, 100%. Oh, Amazon making not a new high, but we're up into the 3270s now. So that's really good. So yeah, I know what I'm buying. I'm buying CNI. As long as we close, now it's getting close. If it closes under, I am not in there anymore. That's my one out. If it closes under the 200, I do not buy it. Twitter, 5244. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what the large financial institutions are going to do in the last few minutes, but we'll see. Lova says CNI losing the 200 and now below halfway of Friday's down bar. So still above the 200 on mine, Lova. I don't know if our charts are different because of the adjustments for the dividend, but currently I have 108.21. It's 108.37. So as long as it stays above there, I will stay in there. But at this point, I'm glad I waited, right? So who knows? If it sells off at the end of the day, I will not buy either of them. But so far, 108.21, 108.36, that one's still okay. Twitter, still above. I like how Twitter bounced at the 50 EMA. Kamal says shop might close above 200 SMA if anyone was trading that. 200 on shop is 11.0302. It's 10.96.99, so it is slightly under, but slightly. And Kamal bought it yesterday at 10.78, so he's up nicely on the trade. Shopify, yep, I'm looking at shop right here. CNI, May 108.21. It's 108.31, so 10 cents. Apple is right there. 125.85. It's 125.87. Come on, Apple. Come on, buddy. Buddy, come on. Let's close above 10.85. Can we? So I have fewer things to do at the end of the day. Twitter, how's our Twitter looking? Holding. CNI, holding barely. Barely. Oh, Apple rallying like a champion. That's great. Should the split be treated as irrelevant? Well, What you're really looking for are charts, love it, that account for the splits and account for dividends. And I can't remember what platform you use, but I would call them or get a hold of customer service and just say, look, I would like my charts to adjust the price, which adjusts the moving averages for splits and for dividends. Because yeah, I mean, if a stock split today, that would screw up the entire technical, right? Because all of a sudden it would be half as much, but it's really not half as much, but the technicals would tell you it's half as much and it would switch everything around. So I would not treat it as irrelevant. I would just try to ask your charting service if there's a setting that you can adjust for the splits and adjust for the dividends. Spot. Is that today? Yeah, that's today. Is interesting, hanging out in a range. Yes, it's making a range. It stopped going down, which is important. Stopped going down. Did it go under 30, over 30? It looks like we did. Yeah, 29.90 a couple days ago, and then up and then down a little bit today. Let's look at the weekly, Steve, and see what that looks like. Well, it's holding support of the -1 ATR channel. It has the 100 down here. So, you know, not to say it can't go down anymore, but on the weekly, it's getting close to some pretty serious support. Oh, we got 3 minutes. I better get to work. All right. I'm going to buy CNI. Boom and boom. And Twitter. I'm done, everybody. Where is Johan? I hope you are doing well. I'm expecting your name on CNI in Twitter trade. Yeah, I haven't seen Johan for a bit. Hope everything's going well with Johan and he's out there flying safely. Okay. So I'm all in. Oh, Apple? Nah, we're good. Apple's good. Keeping it. Oops. Never seen that before. Twitter, we still good on Twitter, Kamal? Yes, we are. CNI, good, 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 good. Good, 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 good. VIX selling off. Way off of its high, so that's good for us bulls. All right, well, just cruise on into the close then. Pins gone green on the day. Good job, Steve. Amazon champion of champions, up 49 points today. Today's been a really, really good day. I am very grateful for that, everyone. "15 seconds to go. And closed. All right. Okay. Let's see where I got filled on all this good stuff. SPY got filled at 4:15:52. Twitter got filled at 52:58. And CNI 108.53. All right, so overnight SPY trade got filled at 4:15:52. 4:15:52 is the SPY overnight SPYer. CNI 108.53. Okay, and Twitter 52.58. Come on. All right, there's my biz all done. And if any of my students have any updates for me today, any new entries or exits they'd like me to update, go ahead. Just put them in the live stream and I'll get to it. Real quick, before I do that, just want to take care of a little business housekeeping and just remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I teach a course that is 15 hours, and again, it's just one-on-one. It's just you and I teach you step by step all of my trading strategies. I use 5 different trading strategies. That's why there are 5 sessions of 3 hours. I teach you step by step how to position size in that strategy, where your emergency stop is, where your end of day stop is, your intraday profit targets, your significant overhead resistance levels, how to trail your positions with the trailing stop approach. That is really good. I've worked on it for many years, and I think if you take this, I know if you take this course with me, this one-on-one course, you're going to be a better trader. You know, one-on-one course with me, you get a lot of personal attention, and I put a lot of energy, I burn a lot of calories in those classes because it's very important to me that my students succeed after we're done with the lessons. It's part of my brand, and just generally, I really care about people. I really want them to excel at trading. Doesn't mean there's bumps, not going to be bumps along the road and drawdowns. There are for me, there are for the best traders in the world. They are for Steve Burns. But, taking this long term, the approaches that I teach you will make you a better trader. The cost of the one-on-one course is $1,750, but honestly, for what you get and what you're being taught and the personal attention you get, $1,750 really is a bargain. I promise you, everything considered, it's a bargain and it's worth every penny. So if you are interested, feel free to send me an email. The email is in the description of this video. If you write me, just say, Greg, I'm potentially interested in taking your course. I'd like to learn more. I'll reply and say, that's fantastic. Let's set up a Skype call. Skype call is free. Just want for you and I to have a little time together, ask you some questions, find out about your trading, your trading challenges, your trading goals, what you're expecting to get out of the course. It's also a good time for you to ask me questions, any specific questions about the course or the structure of the course and what we're going to cover. And, when we're done with our little chat, then think about it as long as you want. There's no pressure. If you decide, hey, I think what Greg is offering is valuable, just send me an email back and say, hey, I want to get started, and we'll take care of it and we'll get started. And I know you're going to be a better trader. Secondly, as an alternative, if you're not financially able to do the one-on-one, then I have an alternative, which is a really good online course that's available on udemy.com. I teach you one strategy in that course, the deep dip buy stock trading strategy, which you can see I've used that on Amazon. I've used that on Apple. That worked out well so far. It doesn't mean it does every single time, but it's a great course. It's a serious course. It's not like 40 minutes and I go over just basic stuff. It's 9.5 hours. I teach you step by step exactly how to trade that. And the best part, that course is like $12 or $15 on udemy.com. So there's a link in the description. Go to the description, click on the link, take the course, study it. If you have any questions, you can email me. You can also just come here to the live stream and ask me in real time, and I will explain it. I think that's one of the real benefits of that course, because you know where to find me every day, and you can ask me questions, and I will do my very best to answer and clarify for them. But hopefully, if I've done my job well enough in the course, you won't need to do that. but you're welcome to do that. And I want you to do that because I want you here as well. All right. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, I really, really would appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It helps to build the channel, lets YouTube know that there is some valuable content here, and so that they can get out and share it with more people. There's a lot of people out there, everyone, that struggle with trading, that really have no concept about all the things that we talk about. Like, you hear it all the time, so it's kind of a known fact, but there are a lot of people out there that struggle. They don't know where to begin. They don't know where to put it in context. And so that's why I ask you if you could hit the thumbs up button, because then YouTube can get it out there to more people. And that's the reason I started this channel in the first place, was to help people. So if there's anything informative or helpful for you today or last week or whenever, all I would ask is that you hit the thumbs up button today before you leave. Okay, done with business. I'm losing my voice, I can tell. Let's see. Did anybody go long? Okay, hold on. Okay, Steve went long RBLX. And Steve went long at 75.93. Ooh, he already made $1. Nice, Steve. That's always a good feeling, right? 75.93. And is that the 520? Yes. Steve, 520. 520 EMA cross. All right, Steve, we got you there. Gary is long Twitter. Where I bought Twitter. Why is that not 58, 52, 58? Oh, okay. Did I accidentally delete it? All right. So Gary is long. Lova says, it's with TD Ameritrade. I don't like that you can't zoom on their iPhone app either. Yeah, I want to talk about that email you sent me when I get a day with a little bit more time, Lova. But I think you've done a great job on that. Dan says, New Trader U has a great tweet today about following smart money. I want to read it again. You want to post it, Dan? Steve says, thanks, Dan. Oh, entry levels above. Where is Steve's? I'm looking for your Nike entry, Steve. Steve, can you post the Nike entry again? Sorry, buddy. I can't find it. Entry levels above. RBLX, I have that one. Gary, I have Gary and CNI in Twitter. Smash the like button. Thank you, Dan. Mamal says, Lova, I have the same issue with TOS. Customer support said they automatically adjust for dividends, but yet my chart looks different than Greg. Keep me posted if you find a solution. Yeah, I have run across that many times with students and TOS. Tracy and Paxton, the dynamic duo. Oh, you did a halfie? All right. halfy position for Tracy and Paxton. And a fully on Twitter. Kamal is in CNI. And also Twitter. Tracy says, have to run to a meeting. Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice meeting. Momal says, thanks, Greg. You are welcome and all. Miko is in CNI. And also in Twitter. Tony gives a thumbs up. Thank you for that, Tony. Appreciate that. Anthony. Twitter, David. All right, Dave. Got you there. Good luck to you. Leva says, I will, Mamal. Thank you for the great info. Miko says, thanks, Greg. You're welcome. Greg says, or Gary says, Leva, I have spent countless hours on TOS with that issue, and they say that their chart correlates with mine and are correct, but most of my charts align with Greg, but some do not. And that probably has to do with whether they have dividends or not. Okay, I didn't see Steve's post on Nike, everybody, so I am going to put this up there. I know why he bought it, but I don't have an exact price, so we'll have to check in again with Steve tomorrow. But he bought it with the 1050 EMA crossover. So that's Steve with a 1050 EMA cross. That's bugging me. Okay. 136.28. Thank you. I don't know why I can't see it. 136.28. Good. Good price. All right. So on CNI, I have Miko, Gary, Tracy, Paxton, and Kamal, and myself. Twitter, Miko, Gary, David, Tracy, Paxton, Kamal, and myself. Steve, we entered RBLX and Nike. So I think we got it all. Let's see what's happening after hours. Anything exciting? Apple's down 2 cents. AGQ's down 12 cents. Amazon is even. CNI is up 79 cents. PKI is even. SPY is up 23 cents. Twitter up a penny. And UNG even. So great day today. I'm very, very grateful for that. That's fantastic. All right, so listen, as always, I just want to read this through. I think it's an important message. It'd be nice if everyone could kind of internalize this and practice it every day. But if we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. One more time in case you were busy. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. This is by Martin Kornfeld. So, you know, it's pretty straightforward. The world would be a better place if everyone would just go out of their way a little bit and do one nice thing for another human being every day. It would make a huge difference. My little add-on to that is I think it would be even a better place if we could do one little act of kindness daily for any kind of animal that we come across. Just give it some kind words, give it a little treat. If you have a dog, take it on a walk, pet it on the nose, give a little scratch on the bum, whatever it takes, right? And animals appreciate that just as much as humans. And one day, maybe when you're down or you're not having a good day, maybe a person will come by, do an act of kindness for you. Maybe an animal will sense it, give you a little lick on the hand or something like that. So I think it's just a good policy, and that's why I like to talk about it every day. And, go out and do something today, right? It will make you feel better. It will make the other person or the animal feel better as well. Oakley dokley. Well, that's it. That's it then. Glad Apple hung in there. VIX way off the high, but great, fantastic day. And I like the ones that we bought. Doesn't mean they're going to go up, but I certainly like that they were green on down days and they have good risk to reward ratios. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. So if anybody has any other questions for me right now, if you could let me know, I would do my very best to answer them. Bitcoin's had a big rally back. I want to show you Bitcoin. This is the perpetual here on Binance, but look at the levels we got down to. We got down to a 30 RSI level and a negative third ATR channel, and that's right where it bounced. That's right where it bounced. So Bitcoiners need a little bit of love after this big old sell-off. We've gone from 59 down to 42 in a matter of 2 weeks, so that's pretty brutal. Lova says, thank you, Gary. Thank you for everything, Greg. You are welcome, Lova. Thank you for working hard, my friend. I can really see a difference. I can really see a difference. In the future, Lova, I would almost like you to tell me which one you're going to buy before you get my input on it. Like, be definitive about which one you want to buy. I'd like to see the change in the dynamic of your thinking if you have to stand by it instead of just getting my opinion. I'm happy to give you my opinion, but in the future, if you have something at the end of the day that you are 100% going to buy, put it in there. I'd like to see it. And I'll be honest, I won't pull any punches. If I don't like it, I will tell you. But I think if I put the feet to your fire a little bit and make you be very definitive about your pick, I think you'll get even a little bit more picky and a little more persnickety before you put it in there. But I'm kind of hoping we can play that game. David says, thanks, Greg and group. Thank you, David. All right. Well, I think that's it, everybody. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Go out, do something nice for human and animal. Be good to yourself. Drive safe. Study some charts. Read some trading books. I would definitely recommend Steve Burns. Any trading book by Steve Burns is time well spent and is good investment in time and money. And other than that, maybe go on a walk, take some good deep breaths. That's always helpful for you. Be in the present moment, right? Spend time in the present moment. Don't let your mind take over everything and let it wander all over the place. Just, enjoy the present moment. Lova says, that sounds good. I will do that. Okay, sounds good, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. Have a good rest of your day. And if you haven't hit that thumbs up button, I would really appreciate that as well. Take care. We'll hopefully talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.